Hey everybody, it's JJamJim and welcome to episode 12 of our City Skylines Let's Play / tutorial series. And here we are, tucked away in the corner of the map. Where we left off last time, we had completed, or at least, started with great success, our forestry industry. But here, we sort of created a bit of a natural pocket here to have a small little city right here, which I think would be really nice. Oh my, look at this. Oh, and we just hit our grand city, so our population is now 15,000 people. How amazing is that? Again, as I had stated a couple episodes back, this is the most boring achievement, or milestone rather. You get a third loan, and you get the solar power plant. It's not really that fancy. The next one, we'll get a harbor and cargo harbor and another land purchase, but that's not until 24,000 people, which we might be able to hit if we make this a bustling little city here. But yeah, this is a problem. What we might want to do, I think we may have done already in the other area. Well, actually, we didn't, did we? You know what we should do, maybe just for precaution, is put these firewatch towers down. Maybe just like right in the city here. And then that will sort of, you can see the radius of it is gigantic. And maybe we should put another one down here in our forestry area to just give us a little bit more protection of our forest, so we don't have the raging fires problem. Wow, yeah, that's going to keep raging. I will say, since the new Park Life DLC came out, fires have been an issue, sort of across the board. And we'll kind of go into that a little bit more once we start making like actual parks and things. Right now we're just trying to hit some milestones, fill out some of the areas, do some different things. But we'll definitely be making a park soon, and that first park we probably do will probably be a city park inside of our downtown area, and this is where I'd like to do that. Right in here somewhere. And, we'll have to do, like, we can do an amusement park. Maybe there's an amusement park out here or out here, sort of on the outskirts, because that's kind of where they exist. Where I live, in the middle westernness of the United States, we tend to have amusement parks, with roller coasters and things, but generally they're not in the city. They're not in cities. They're usually on the outskirts or right outside of a smaller town. Probably just because there's more land out there, right? But cool. Well, let's start playing with this. So, as I stated earlier, I don't super like having rail go over highway and then just kind of slope down like this. However, because this is the edge of the map, I am not going to futz with it. Simply because we're not going to have... Although what I might do... How many people are leaving? 133 people are getting transferred to Westfield, which is another made-up region, but that's really, really cool. I like that. What I might do here, though, is slope the rail down a little bit more gradually. So let's maybe go down... Oops. Let's go down to 6. Till about there or so, and then let's see how that's a much better slope. Oops, and then grab this and connect it up. Cool. All right, so this street will go to about here, and then we will try to create might be nice to have a... So what I'm doing here is I'm thinking we may want to sort of create a box inside of this box for our city. And then on the other side of the tracks, we can do some suburb type of stuff. And then we'll have our train station. Maybe we should start with an avenue, though, for our city center area. So I was thinking we could, you know, try to make it go alongside the highway, but I don't know how necessary that is. Let's, I think what I'd like to do for this, let's try this real quick here. So that actually does line up with the highway, but I'm not gonna, you know, maybe instead we line that up with this. So let's go down and just get rid of this. And now we have a perpendicular line to this. I think that will be good. So let's go to there with it. And then in the center, I'd literally sort of like to make a square. So let's go out by 10. Up by... let's go up by 20. And then over and down. So that's like a town square, and we'll use the one lane on either side. Yeah. And then off of this, well, branches. Now I wonder... I have an idea. Try this again. This time, I am gonna go all the way through with this. Okay, with the 4-laner. Then these will go out to 11 units because, oh, nope, I'm gonna go further. I want to make sure we have zoning on either side. Actually, I'm gonna go 1 unit over so we can do a path through it. So 20, 12, oh, what is that number? There we go, like that. There we go. So now we have room for zoning, and I'm going to continue. So basically, creates a right turn for this one way if you want to go around the square, or if you want to keep going straight, you can. What if... Now this is going to go right through that pillar, but... Okay, let's get around that. So what if we went out like this, right? And then we just switched it to the 2-lane highway. And we met up...
Last year, Horse Economy 3 smashed PC sales records and took the industry by storm. Now the hit equine economic simulator has a new expansion that delves into the cutthroat world of real estate. Horse Economy 3
like that.
Stable markets. Can you work your way from lowly horse to be the head of a major real estate empire? Can you spin your holdings into a billion-dollar conglomerate? Can you work your way?
Don't know if I like that slope, but in the spirit of not doing some terraforming, we're gonna just leave it. But then this can connect up to it, and then so what we're kind of doing with this is creating connections, right, and road connections to different areas, but having long stretches where there's not things in between them. And we can definitely put things in here, but again, it makes us feel like we have more space to work with, if that makes sense. Oh, whoops. sure that's all the 4-lane. And then for this, just connect it straight over. There we are. Cool. You know what, though? Just thought of. This should be a bike trail. Or a bike... a bike road. So if you're on it... Oh, that dips. It must be where the road changes. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Cool. Okay. So, then how do we get these to talk to each other? What we could also do here, too, is this could be... So we do an on-off, sort of a diamond interchange right here. And then there's another path, another on-off system here that goes into this town. Or if you want to keep going, you can head this direction and down to the small town area. Things to think about. Actually, might make this, now that I'm looking at it, the highway. Now, this could branch off, and then this could be sort of cul-de-sac, suburb type stuff out here. Yeah, then it won't look as weird, I think. So let's do it tree-lined. Just like that. Might be a little close. To the highway. But we can add the sound barriers to it. A little hilly, but I think it's gonna be okay. Oh. This does not want me to give me 2, so in that situation, as always, turn off the road guidelines. And there you go. I like that. I like that. And then what if, just for a way out, get you right back on the highway? It's a little bit quicker. We'll see. We can always change that stuff up as we go here. Okay. And then I think for these, let's figure out where to place our train station. little further. Go. Center it as much as possible. That is hilly right here, though. Well, let's see how this looks. We may need to do some terraforming just so it doesn't look really, really bad. Let's see if we can avoid it. Come on, why aren't you showing me the... Still have to eyeball it. In a perfect world, I would change this, but for our purposes, let's not spend too much time on that stuff. There we go. And then for a pass-through, for trains that will be not entering that station, like cargo trains. We'll have a little cut through there. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be okay with that. Maybe it's just a little bit, maybe it's an expansion off of it, and I think that's alright. So how many units, or what's the cost of this? 1,200. So I think in between here, we'll do the city blocks. Same deal out here. And what if... do some more of this stuff. Okay. Whoops. Close. All right. Just for the sake of some symmetry, though, some semblance of it. This. And then maybe the town square is more... just feels better to do something like this. What if it was off here? I don't know, just to change it up a little bit, keep it a little interesting, versus just, you know, boxes and boxes and boxes, you know? I think the curvy outskirts roads, though, will help to keep it from feeling too grid-like, generally. Okay. Yeah. Now, why is this not screaming for power? There it is. Okay. We are going to need to water this area. So let's do just that. So let's go out to 440. Great. Yeah, so I think I'll do some more cul-de-sac things over here. But what we are going to need to address before we do any of this zoning is how are people getting it on and off? Now, I'm not sure what happens to this road just yet. But for now, let's just leave it. So, let's do a simple, nice long diamond. Actually, you know what we could do here? Let's do another roundabout. That might be the ticket. Do a 2-lane road. We'll go out by, is it 5, I think? There. So I don't think it needs to be super oversized, but I don't think the amount of traffic coming through here is going to be excessive. But could do here. This will get a little fun here. If we did roundabout underneath. Now we're gonna have to sort of eyeball this. Turns out not too much because it worked. Wow, I cannot believe that worked like that. The only problem is it's not going right over the highway, which I would prefer. So while we had it going nice, let's try to line this up as best as possible. I'm sure there's a trick to this, and I'm trying to figure out what it is right now, but I currently cannot tell you. So quick. So I think it's about there. If I destroy that, that should, if I can figure out the sizing of it. That. It's going the wrong way, but... Oh no, it's going the right way. What am I talking about? Now that should go right over that. Before we finish it, let's make sure it's level. I'd like to go. Yeah, it looked like it was going to do that to me. Well, I'm actually going to take that because at least it doesn't go back up. It stays pretty flat there until it hits the ground. So, cool. And then what we can do here is have on-off arms. Connecting this. I'm going to actually do this one first. We could... Let's see. I'm trying to think of something fun we can do for this. Because I was thinking we could have, you know, a ramp going here, and then it loops into this roundabout. But then we could have it split and go under and connect directly to here. Now, generally, when you're making it on off from another, you know, an interchange, give it some room, right? Give it some space. I need to turn the guns back on so I can line up with that. There we go. Splits going straight and under. And then the other side here, just to go down and come up. Ah, see what happened here? See how it distorted the roundabout? Because I did not connect it to an actual node on it. I can connect it there, but the problem is it warps the roundabout. So we have to do this side of the roundabout over again. And, which it's not a big deal, but just for this too. Oh, buggers. And that is not the right shape. One more. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So, to preserve the integrity of the roundabout, we must go through and delete and go through. There. Now, when I connect this, it will not distort it. There, and now we have a nice straight in like that, and I think that's really, really nice. And then we'll connect these. There we are. Nice. Okay, and before I destroy this roundabout, let's do the other direction. And I think we'll do the same sort of deal. If I can make them as parallel as possible, that would be sweet. I don't know if that's gonna be possible. Wait. I don't actually need to do that tunnel on this side because we're just gonna connect up to here, right? Confusing myself. Let's just keep working this one. For some reason, my brain is not not calculating that properly. Let's go there and on. Cool. Okay, so it's on off. So you come around, get on. So it's on off on this side. We have to do the on offs on this side. Now, right, because this is the, I see. So because what we did is this is essentially our roundabout for this side. So yeah, okay. I got it.
Jimmy Fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
Now,
This is
can I
Jimmy
go
Fries coming to you from Studio 2. Whoa, whoa!
like that?
Whoa. Looks like someone's horsing around. Okay. Easy, boy.
They'll play your favorite hits, give out great prizes,
And
and
then I'm gonna
laugh
do
their way
this.
through your commute. Jimmy and the Stallion. Stable entertainment only on Cities Radio.
We'll see how that works.
I'm Penem Askelin, and you are listening to Mars Official Radio. Soon, this planet will require the same social institutions that are required on Earth. Hospitals,
Okay.
retirement homes, and of course, schools. As a trained educator,
On off,
I believe
on
that
off.
Mars will need a custom
That makes sense to me.
system, more efficient and less time-consuming. How do you think the system should be designed? Share your thoughts. Write us a letter. Listen to this.
I'm gonna actually get rid of this. Oh, because we were gonna do it right. Right. But instead, I am confusing myself. But you know what? It's all part of the action. I see, because what I was going to do instead was create on-offs from up here. But instead, I was pulling them right directly to here. So basically, if you're taking this path and you want to get down, I don't have a down right now. But I mean, we could create one. I could have it curve back down. Or, I want to grab this, but it's going to distort the thing again. Oh, goodness gracious, what a mess. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. So if this went up. Same deal this direction. One, two, three, four. No. There we go. It's a little bit better. Okay. Those are very short approaches. Don't know how this roundabout's going to take it, but I think what we'll end up doing is making these, yeah. Highway. There we go. There we are. This is gonna probably cause some really nasty turns here, these lefts, and things, but boy, it sure is unique, isn't it? And I don't know if it's in a good way or not. But that'll be something that we will figure out in our next episode. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, so I think we'll leave it here today. And then I thought we would get this zoned and squared away, but it turns out we are not. Not just yet. But in the next episode, we will. So, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, as always. Great to hang out with you. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions. And we'll see you in the next episode of City Skylines. Bye, everybody.